Okay, let's begin. So today, just start with your feet comfortably underneath your shoulders and knees soft. And we'll just start with knocking on the door of life. So relax your shoulders. You can breathe. Breathe in through your nose and exhale out through your mouth to release deep tension. Even though it's going to be a hot day outside, we need to warm up a little bit and then we'll go into some stretching on the floor and end with some breathing exercises. But right now we're starting to stimulate our energy, stimulate any energy points that are all around the waist, on the abdomen. And now start to tap underneath your collarbone. Tapping exercises are great for stimulating your energy and opening up energy flows. And it's also good for the lymphatic system, especially if you tap where there's a lot of lymphatic vessels, like under the arms or in the front of your hips, where the legs bend into the hip. And now let's go on top of the shoulder. Remind your shoulders that they don't have to carry the weight of the world. And now start to work your way down, back, that upper chest area. Stimulate your lungs, some lung points on the lung meridian. And then back underneath, back down lower, around your waist. And now, next time you exhale, go ahead and turn that into water waves. So you swirl your arm in front of you and swirl in back of you. Just gently twist from side to side in a very relaxed way, knees bent, and feel the contrast between the tapping, which is a very yang exercise. And now we're using very yin kind of exercise, very smooth. Just feel your hands. Just take a moment to really use your senses. Feel your body drop into the present moment. Breathe in. And next time you breathe out, then let that wind down. Now let's stretch up a little bit. So with your knees slightly bent, reach your arms up, reach one side up and then the other side, a little picking cherries. Keep on breathing. Just slowly stretch your arm up on one side, stretch your arm up on the other side. Make more space. Breathe. A lot of the exercises we do really are great fascial type releases. So when you're moving slowly, mindfully, using your breath, and just gently stretching the tissue can really help to release scar tissues of like small injuries that maybe you didn't really notice, but it caused a little knot in the fascial structure that's really that supports and surrounds every organ and bone and everything that you have. Oh, man. Bring both arms out to the side. palms face down, and we'll have spreading the feathers. So just gently tilt your head to one side. Feel the stretch on that. So your palms are facing out more toward the wall and open your fingers a little. So that's where the feathers are, spreading your fingers, spreading the feathers. And then just gently roll your head forward and back. Feel your neck, feel your breath. Maybe you can feel some of the tension and some of the head positions going through your neck, through your shoulder, and even down your arm. And if you gently just move your head this way, you can, maybe it's a little slow, but gradually you will open that up. And then next time your head goes forward, roll your head over to the other side and do the same thing. Just reaffirm that your wrists are bent and then roll your head forward and back. And I know I always say this, but if there's too much cracking and popping on your neck when you have your head way over, then just lighten up on that and try to lengthen out up and over on the diagonal. And then see how moving is. Take one more breath. And then next time your head comes forward, just release your arms and release your head. Now let's have the pump, just a little bit more to warm you up. So you bring your arms up and then you swing your arms down and back. And there's a little pump with the legs. And then you exhale. You can go at a speed that is good for you. And always remember to modify any movement so that it really works for your body and it works into your condition. You never want to force yourself to do something you know that's not going to feel good later. Exhale on the way down. Bounce the knees. Three more. And now just take a moment to feel your body. Breathe in and breathe out. Maybe you're starting to feel the energy sensation come up to the surface already. So now open your legs a little bit wider and then put your hands together in the prayer position. Now we're going to do, let's see, what did I call that? Ignite the inner fire. So we're using these palm points right here in the center of your palms. There's a very important point on the pericardium meridian. And then put your hands together and then you just start to twist. So it really focuses on the palms. You want to generate some heat here. And just lift up one elbow, lift up the other elbow. Keep on breathing. And now let's go over to the right. Lift up the right, shift your weight over to the right, and then turn your head to the left. And then come back through the center and then do the same thing to the left. So now we're going to fan the fire a little bit more by using the legs, using those big leg muscles. So as you're passing through the center point here, you can exhale the transition and inhale as you strike the pose on the other side. And then once you get the pattern, you can let it flow a little bit more. And if you want to speed it up a little bit, then maybe you can inhale as you go to one side, exhale as you go to the other side. Don't forget the center. Nice little knee bend here to start to wake up the circulation in your legs. One more breath. And then come to the center and heart to the sky. Breathe in and breathe out. One more time. And let's do another strengthening and stretching exercise. So turn over to your left side, and you can use your hands here or hold on to furniture if you want to get yourself adjusted just into the right stance. And legs still fairly wide. You can readjust that. So the exercise we're going to do today is this one where you bend your front knee and then bring this arm up over the head. You have your hand here. Maybe you want to be up here a little bit higher. You might want to bend a little bit more, so bend over a little bit more so you can lower your torso with your elbow. And then we're going to stretch the other way, but try and keep your knee bent. Inhale on this part. Exhale on the transition so you get a chance to inhale again here. Working on stretching, also powerful exercise for strengthening the legs. Try and stay as low as you can on the stretch back. It's great for balance as well. Once more on each side. And then go ahead and turn toward the center. So you're facing front again. And then let's do a forward fold to just release your back a little bit. Stretch out your legs. So you can go over part way or all the way. You can keep your knees bent. You want to make it so it's at least semi-comfortable. You don't ever want to press so hard that you're risking injury. Ah, and then put your hands on your thighs and slowly stand up. Give yourself another stretch up and arms down. Let's do the other side. So just turn to your right much as you can. Have your toe facing towards your right. You adjust your foot so that your heel, it was here, and so now your heel is a little bit back. And then adjust your leg width to whatever you are comfortable with. And then put your weight on your hand. Now arm comes up over your head and nice side bend. And then transition, exhale and inhale. Move slowly. You can make it flow a little bit. Once more each side. And then come back to facing front. Let's do another forward fold. Ah, focus your mind on the back of your thighs, the hamstrings. Breathe into that area. And then slowly stand up. Take another stretch up. Ah, and then shake out a little bit. And let's get down onto the floor. I'm going to spread my blanket here. And if you think you want to sit on something, you can get a bolster or also yoga blocks are nice to sit on. If you have those or pillows, fold up a couple of blankets. And I'm going to attempt to get the camera a little closer. So it may look a little bit, let's see. Okay. So go ahead and sit down on the floor. And we'll start out with the bottoms of the feet together. Hold on. I like to hold on to the ankles. A lot of people hold on here to the feet, but I think that can stretch too much the outside of the ankles. So just hold on here and then exhale and round forward. You don't have to have your legs really tucked in. That makes that movement really hard. So then just open up this position here so it looks like a big diamond. And roll over. Feel that stretch in your back. And then inhale. The turtle looks out of its shell. And exhale. Round over again. Do a few of those. Remember to be gentle in your stretching. You can even roll your shoulders around a little bit if you want to add a little movement to it. Try to stretch your head forward as much as you can and lengthen through the spine. And one more time. And then slowly sit up. Let's give ourselves a little bit of a foot massage. So just along the arch, just do some pressure points. So I'm kind of walking my thumbs down the arch and then back up. Stimulate the meridians that go through here. We have the spleen meridian right along this area. And then also on the bottom of the foot, there's a lot of reflexology points. And so go ahead and do the same thing, little gentle, little pressure points through the arch of your foot. Feels really good. And now let's do a little bit on the top of the foot. You can just leave your feet in this position, but then, um, so it's the area, if you start in between your toes and then you go up onto your foot like this, if you lift up your toes, then there's like tendons that go. And so in between the first two tendons, just massage in there. See how that feels. There's a couple of points on the liver meridian in there. Ooh, and it may start to have something to say to you. I don't feel it until I get kind of up to the top. It comes to a point right here, like a V point. So just you can do it with your fingertips, just one finger or a bunch of fingers, and then go on to the next. So you're in between the the second toe and third, and then kind of go up in between those tendons there. There's a stomach point up and around this area here. Stomach meridian goes in that area. You're stimulating that energy flow, and then go in between the next two, starting to get on me, feels a little more tender. Oh, yeah. There's some gallbladder points around in here. Might be tender. I've been doing this for the past few days, and like last night, I in the middle of the night, I noticed, ooh, that's tender down there, and I thought it might be black and blue. It wasn't. It was just some kind of an energy release. And then between the pinky toe and the next toe, right over there, that'd be more the bladder meridian. That's the top of the foot is a place we don't really pay much attention to. It needs a little bit of loving care. Ah, okay. And then just do a little bit of a light brushing on your foot. And then let's do a little bit more stretching. So legs out to the side as much as you can. And it really helps if you want to elevate your hips up a little bit higher. Makes it easier to stretch. And then just turn over towards your right. Put your hand on your leg, someplace that feels like it'll be a fairly easy stretch. And then inhale and exhale and stretch forward. Inhale. And when you exhale, stretch forward, but not to the place where it just is so tight that it's very uncomfortable. You want it to make it so that it's a gentle stretch. You get your results with less risk of injury. The muscles tend to want to protect you from um, overstretching. There's a stretch reflex. So like if you slip on ice in the winter, then the muscles will contract to try and save you from a fall. And so anytime that there's a sudden stretch, then that reflex tends to come into play. But if you do it very slowly and with the breath, then there's no message of, ooh, might get hurt, need to protect. No, you don't have to guard. And then next time, Just stay in the stretch. Just lean forward. You can hold on anywhere really, but maybe above the knee and just enjoy the stretch. And walk yourself back up. Let's do the same thing on the other side. Breathe in and breathe out. And if you're really pretty stretched out, you can go ahead and hold your foot and just stretch over. You want to turn your torso so that you're facing as much as you can toward that leg. So, in other words, it's not really a side stretch. Do a few more. And now let's remain in that stretch. Just lean forward. One more breath. And then walk yourself back up. And then let's have seaweed in the ocean. So you stretch one arm forward and then the other arm forward, like you're pulling yourself forward. Just gently rocking side to side, reaching out. Get a little bit more stretch into the legs, into the hips. Get the upper body into the action. And then walk yourself back up and then release your legs. Then let's get on all fours on hands and knees. And then let's just have a little bit of arch and curl. And then put your hips back. You can open your knees out to the side. And with, you might want to be up on your elbows if that feels better. And now let's slowly stand up. Have any props around? You want to change that? And now we'll see if I can get this back to the place where it was originally. Wires are everywhere. Let's see how that worked. That's pretty good. So once you get standing, let's do a little bit of bouncing and shaking. Ah, shake up your energy. Breathe out through your mouth. Relax your wrists. Bounce your knees. One more breath. And then come to a rest. And now feel your body. Feel your arms. Feel the energy sensation in your arms. And now that we've stretched the legs, maybe it's a little easier to feel the energy sensation down in the lower part of the body. Usually it's a little harder to feel that. Really need to pay attention. Once we've stretched and done all the warm up ahead of time, then that feels a little bit more obvious. And then bring your arms in front of you this way. And we'll do opening the flow, but just one arm at a time. So with the knees soft, you breathe in and float your arm up. And then exhale, just relax your arm totally and let it float down. And then do the same thing on the other side. You can breathe in and then breathe out. We're using slow, mindful movements. This is when we can attract energy, accumulate energy. We've opened up, the energy flows. Practiced mindfulness already, so we're in our bodies and in the present moment. Energy up one side of the body, up the left, and then let it come back down. Same thing. Other side, energy up the right side. And let it float back down. Very slow, relaxed movements. Breathe in and breathe out. Now let's add on to that. Let's turn it into Quan Yin paints the rainbow. So take your left arm and draw a circle. It can be a large circle or a small one. And just make the circle around so that you're tracing a rainbow, a very beautiful circular rainbow on one side. You can even bend your knees. Now, when you get to this point, your palm will be facing forward, and then you pick up the other hand. So now one hand is facing up, one hand is facing down, and then change so both face down, then float the arms down. Do the same thing on this side. So you're collecting energy from the front and from above and from behind and below. Pick up this other hand, inhale and exhale. Imagine a rainbow, full spectrum of light. It represents the full spectrum of energy, high vibrational energy for your energy system. Just breathe naturally. You can breathe in on the way up and exhale on the way down. Very slow movements. Quan Yin, she's the goddess of compassion. So with this exercise, you're cultivating that attitude, the attitude of understanding, loving kindness, compassion. Once more each side. And then hold your hands to face each other and feel the energy ball between your hands. Focus on your hands. Just feel your hands. You can open your hands and close them. Play with that energy ball and rotate the energy ball. Now your hands are very activated. So put your hands by your ears and then turn your hands so your palms are facing up. And then the exercise will be to rotate your hands around. So we're cultivating energy for the left and the right hand side of the brain and your ears. And then we'll take the energy down through the outside of the body. This is the gallbladder meridian area. And then once you get down as far as you want to go, then you scoop your arms out to the side and do the same thing again. Bring your hands by your ears, circulate that energy, and then take the energy down through your body. Just breathe through this, breathe naturally. Balance the left and the right hand sides of the brain. One more time. Inhale, bring your arms up. Exhale, hands down on top of your lower abdomen. Bring your legs a little closer and just center your energy. Focus on the area right under your hands. Take one more breath here. And relax. And let's do a short meditation. Now, this time, let's lie down on the floor. If you definitely don't have room, then you can do the same thing sitting up, but it's a little bit easier to feel this breathing exercise when you are on the floor. So I'll get down with you. And if you want, you can put a pillow under your head and something under your knees. Then just carefully lie down. You don't have anything for under your knees, then you can just go ahead and bend your knees just so that you feel comfortable. Okay, just relax. You can put your hands by the sides of your hips and just let yourself sink down into the floor or onto the surface. It's maybe a bed. This one is a nice one that you could do on your bed. Just as you breathe, see yourself melting and becoming one with the surface underneath you. It's like becoming one with the earth. Mm. Relax your shoulders, be heavy. Heels just touching the floor. Relax your neck. There's a tendency to push your chin forward, but just let your chin relax back. Lengthen the back of your neck a little bit. And now start to exhale. Breathe in and out through your nose. You to focus on this if you have your hands on your abdomen. If your elbows are not supported on anything, if you have handy a couple of pillows or something to put under your elbows so that you can really relax your arms. Feel your breath. With every exhale, relax a little more deeply. Just let go. And now let's run an experiment. Put your hands on your rib cage and breathe into your hands. Breathe into your lower rib cage, lower lungs. And exhale, still breathing in and out through your nose. And just notice what that feels like. Is it easier to breathe into one side? Do they feel pretty much equal? Is it quite difficult to isolate and bring the breath here underneath your hands? Little lateral breathing. Now keep that feeling. Just bring your arms down by your sides and see how it feels now without contact with that area with your hands. You might want to adjust where your body is to make it a little easier. You might have to experiment with that. Relax your shoulders. And now let's add one more element to this. Think of breathing into your back. Imagine that I am putting my hands underneath you and just putting my hands underneath your back and see if you can breathe into that area as well. So you're breathing all the way down to expanding side to side and even into your back. You could call that 360-degree breathing. Even if you don't really feel anything right away, just focus on your back. See if you can feel any breathing happen there. There are breathing muscles that are on your back. And after you've done this for a while, you can really tune into that and just add a little bit more volume to your breath. Use all your concentration, 100% of your focus on your breath. And be very relaxing. And now just totally relax again into the floor and just do a few easy breaths. Shoulders relax, hips heavy into the floor. Just let go. And then slowly bend your knees a little bit. Push away any bolster underneath you and slowly turn on your side. And if you want, you can bring your arm up and take a few breaths on your side. Your breath may feel a little more free in this side lying position. And then when you're ready, slowly push yourself up to a sitting position. Ah, give yourself a stretch, start to wake up a little bit. Reach your arms up and down. Breathe in and breathe out. And then put your hands together. Just spend a moment in gratitude and breathe in gratitude for our practice today. And exhale, blessings. And thank you for joining in today. I really appreciate it when you come and support my class. And I'll see you again next time. Have a wonderful day.